Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca, and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest transfer stories. We start with Oriol Romeu, as it has been reported that Barcelona are expected to call La Liga rivals Girona tomorrow to begin talks for the midfield target. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, in this episode, talking about Clement Lenglet, as it has been reported that Tottenham are now very sure to sign the player amid reports that they have been waiting for Barca to terminate his contract to sign him for free. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona appear to be on the verge of securing the signing of yet another midfielder in the form of Oriol Romeu. The Girona star has become the club's main target for the Blaugrana as they look to find a short-term replacement for Sergio Busquets. They have made some significant advancements in the negotiations as well. According to Alex Luna, Barcelona are now expected to call Girona tomorrow as the Blaugrana look to further advance the negotiations. It appears Xavi Hernandez has already spoken to Romeu about his plans and wants to complete the signing this week. It is hardly surprising as replacing Busquets could be a tough task for any player, and with that in mind, coach Xavi Hernandez would want to have Romeu at his disposal as soon as possible. Luna's report comes shortly after speculations suggesting how Romeu is ready to make the move to Catalonia and wants Barcelona to accelerate the transfer as quickly as possible. But Girona will not make things easy for Barca. Although Romeu is not expected to cost a fortune, the Spanish outfit will still try to squeeze out every euro they can get. Even though it has been previously suggested that Oriol Romeu has a release clause worth 10 million euros, but reports suggest the midfielder could cost somewhere around 5 to 6 million euros. There had been talk of Barcelona offering a player such as Estanis Pedrola to reduce the price further, and even though Girona hold an interest in him, they would treat the two as separate operations and hold out for a full fee for Romeu. So, with Barcelona now expected to make a call to Girona to negotiate the transfer, things could get moving swiftly and a deal could be finalized soon, just like manager Xavi wishes. Of course, Barcelona are hot in the pursuit for Oriol Romeu as Busquets' replacement. We have been linked with this guy for a very long time, especially after Marcelo Brodovic's deal looked unrealistic as the player moved finally to Saudi Arabia. Of course, yesterday we got reports that Girona were not happy at all with the way Barca are going about things with their defensive midfielder, as they pinpointed the fact that Barca were somehow disrespectful for a player and a club, a player who still has a contract. It's not like he is a free agent, but he still has a contract. He's still a Girona player, and it did not go down too well with Girona. As I said, Barca have not even contacted them once to at least start discussing with them that they are interested in their player. They were just doing it out of in a flirtatious way. So now they are saying that Barca are trying to get to Girona as soon as tomorrow to start negotiations with the player, to start discussing on the potential of getting the player. Of course, it is already well publicized that Barca wants Oriol Romeu. Of course, the other day, Anu Martinez, the Girona right back himself, was talking about the Barca links to his teammate Oriol Romeu, as he did confirm that Barca are showing interest, and he said that he recommends his player to play at Barca as he is a top quality player. So as it stands right now, the price for Oriol Romeu, talking about his release clause, is 10 million euros. But of course, it is quite affordable. But Barca say they want to give around 5 to 6 million. But it is quite difficult because Girona themselves are not happy about the way things have gone, and it has been reported that Girona want to make every single penny from this transfer. They won't allow Barca to just exploit them and pay them very little. Because right now, as it stands, the idea is that Girona wants Barca to pay the full release clause. That is a 10 million euros. That is their idea. And so negotiations will not be easy because Girona wants 10 million, Barca wants the range of 5 to 6. And they're also hoping that they can further reduce that by adding Estanis Pedrola to the mix-up. But Girona, according to new reports, they don't they don't consider such a deal. They don't want any player as part of the deal for, Oriol Romeu. They want to treat it separately. Yes, they are interested in Estanis Pedrola, but the club wants a separate treatment of two deals not coming together and doing player exchanges. So Barcelona, from the look of things, are going to get it tough in terms of the negotiations that they will make with Girona. It's not going to be an easy negotiation. Of course, Javi, as it stands, is really optimistic now that he will get his man Oriol Romeu as his Busquets replacement. He is 31 years old, so we can't say he is a long-term replacement for Busquets. He is a short to medium-term solution. So let's see how the coming days will look like and how negotiations will take place. Will it be peaceful or there will be a lot of disagreement? All remains to be seen. Then moving on to the final story of discussion. Last month, Tottenham Hotspur confirmed that Lenglet will be returning to Barca after the expiry of his contract, but talks were understood to be continuing in the background over a possible permanent move. In fact, some reports have even suggested that Lenglet and the London club had reached agreement in principle over his contract terms. But the talks of a transfer have gone quiet these days, casting doubts about whether Spurs do intend to sign him or not. But the Premier League giants are waiting in out for Barca, to possibly terminate the contract of Lenglet so that they can sign the defender on a free this summer, according to reports from AS. The Spanish news publication claims Deco is currently working in two important files right now as Barcelona look to reduce their salary mass. One of them is Lenglet, who is coming on the back of a relatively impressive loan spell at Spurs. Tottenham were understood to be keen on a permanent transfer, but there was a difference in the valuation of the player between the two clubs, and the Lily Whites are now hoping that the Catalans will now terminate his contract, much like they did with Samuel Umtiti, which will enable them to sign the defender on a free transfer this summer. The idea of Barca handing Lenglet a letter of freedom is not so far-fetched either. After returning to Camp Nou this summer, the defender is entitled to a figure of around 16 million euro per season from next season onwards. So that would really burden Barca, especially given the current economic crisis that the club is facing. So with that in mind, the Blaugrana might not rule out the possibility of terminating Lenglet's contract, of course, who has no future at the club. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.